Our cloud engineers are building a game streaming network to unlock console quality gaming on any device.
Console quality game streaming to any device was something Phil Spencer talked about at this past E3. He said his software engineers were on it, and today their project has officially been unveiled, and it's called Project xCloud. Microsoft put out a video, which you are watching here, as well as a blog post, which I will link in the description. There's so much to talk about here. You know, what do I personally think about it? Its implications for the future. So let's get into it, shall we? What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Oh man, game streaming. Seems like everybody wants to head into that future. But before we delve into it, I want to know and see exactly what Kareem Chowdhury said is their goal. So I'm going to read this quote here, and then we'll unpack all the information. So Kareem says, the future of gaming is a world where you are empowered to play the games you want, with the people you want, wherever you want, wherever you are, and on any device of your choosing. Our vision for the evolution of gaming is similar to music and movies. Entertainment should be available on demand and accessible from any screen. Today, I'm excited to share with you one of our key projects that will take us on an accelerated journey to that future world, Project xCloud. Today, the games you play are very much dictated by the device you are using. Project xCloud's state-of-the-art global game streaming technology will offer you the freedom to play on the device you want without being locked to a particular device, empowering you, the gamers, to be at the center of your gaming experience. So think Xbox Play Anywhere, but really play anywhere. You know, Xbox currently has this thing where you can buy a game and play it on your Xbox and then also play it on your PC. But basically this is going to allow you to play games. If you don't want to play it on your Xbox, you can play it on your phone. You can play it on your tablet. See, Microsoft's mission is to reach 2 billion gamers out there. It's a very tall order considering the console market has only ever kind of reached 200 million. You know, even the best-selling console of all time, the PlayStation 2, only got to 150 million. So how are you going to get those extra gamers out there? Those 2 billion when there's certainly not that many console gamers. Well, you need to bring the games to where they are, because you certainly aren't going to bring them to you. And where are they playing today? Well, they're playing on their iPhones, they're playing on their Android phones, they're playing on their tablets. So Microsoft had to develop a streaming service with low latency to try to target those gamers and bring them potential experiences that they don't even know they're missing out on. Now, we can talk about whether or not this will be a success or a failure. Maybe that'll be for a different video, because who honestly knows? I could see it being a huge success. I could also see it being a huge failure, as nobody would care. But that's a topic for a different day. This is just the idea of being able to game wherever you want is an exciting one for a lot of different people. Now, is it exciting for me personally? No, not at all. I'm not a mobile gamer. I have a Nintendo Switch that's docked 24/7. You know, I bought an Xbox One X to play games on my 4K television. And when the next generation of Xbox consoles come out, I'm certainly going to get the Xbox Scarlet traditional console, which of course they made sure to mention they are still working on and still important to them in the video. So this tech isn't for me, right? So I have no use for it. It's not something that I would use, but I could definitely see other people wanting to use it. People that travel a lot, people whose kids come in and they want to play their system, and then you are kind of kicked off. You know, all those different kind of scenarios that you can think of like, hey, I'm playing Gears 5 on my console, but now I can't. Well, I'm going to play it on my laptop, or I'm going to play it on my phone. It is kind of the final form or the evolution of what gaming is. Gaming's always been, I buy a box, I can only play the games on that box. Now, with, the advent of the internet and game streaming, now it's like, the box is sure just a starting point, but you don't necessarily need that anymore. Now you can pretty much play your games anywhere. Microsoft is going to try to put this on any device that will basically want it. You know, the iPhones, the Androids, and things of that nature. And it is interesting to me that this was announced A week after Google announced Project Stream, there's the rumors that Google's getting into the gaming business, and they're going to be doing it in some sort of game streaming fashion with some low cost way of getting gamers to be able to play their games. I believe this is more of Microsoft's answer to that rather than, say, Sony or Nintendo. Google is they can disrupt the market, and we talked about how they could do that in that video, but I don't think it's a coincidence that Microsoft announces their game streaming service so soon after Google kind of announced their entry into the games market. I think the two are pretty linked. You can't have Google come into the gaming market with some cheap way of playing games on some streaming device and not insulate yourselves from the damage they may do. You need to be worried about what Google's going to do. So of course Microsoft, knowing that Google's coming in, has to build out this game streaming tech. They have the Azure centers. They have all this stuff here they talk about in the article of how they built out the blades of the Xboxes to combine them, and it'll be easy for them to do basically compatibility with all the Xbox games, all the 3,000 games currently available, as well as all the future ones. So any game that is available, you can be able to play. It's about the future, where they see the future going, right? This isn't a situation where like streaming's the only way to play, because I see that a lot come up from time to time, that Microsoft is ditching the console and streaming's it. Streaming's the only way you play. No. They mentioned before that the console is going to be there. It's still important. And basically what this is, and they mention this quite a lot, and I really do believe it, is that it's all about giving the gamer a choice. You want to play on the Xbox? Go right ahead. We have the Xbox for you. You want to play at 4K 60? You want to play at 8K whatever? You can do that. The console is still a big part of their business. But not everybody wants to play on the console. Maybe somebody wants to play on their tablets. Maybe somebody wants to play on their PC. If you want to play on your phone, they're not going to scoff at the idea of you hooking up a controller to your Android and playing Forza Horizon 4. They're going to let you do that because they want to sell you the game. They want to be your customer. You know what I mean? So they're willing to put their games everywhere so people can have the choice of being able to game however, wherever, whenever, and with who they want. It's kind of exciting if you kind of just get out of your personal biases, like my personal bias of like, I don't need game streaming, my internet's not the best. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there like, my internet sucks, this wouldn't work for me. And yeah, it wouldn't really work for me either. I have a data cap, and that's going to be a limitation to all this as well. But as someone who's just excited about things, game companies are doing, this is pretty exciting. Like Halo 5 streamed at really good quality from your phone. That's impressive, even if I have no interest in playing it whatsoever. They did talk about how there'll be a trial coming out in 2019, a public trial. Of course, you're going to definitely have to have a trial for this stuff to see how everything works. But, this is Microsoft's, this is their future. This is how they see themselves reaching 2 billion gamers. This is how they see themselves competing with the likes of Google, and who knows, maybe eventually Sony. Sony's been doing game streaming for quite some time now with PS Now. It'd be dumb to not think that Sony would also do something like this, especially knowing that Microsoft and Google are going to do the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Sony has some sort of solution. These companies are basically competing, and you need to compete as well. Now, of course, how are you going to get these gamers? How are you going to convince them to play any of your games? It's going to be with the content that you provide. Yes, Microsoft already provides tons of third-party content, but if Google's offering and Sony's offering that same third-party content as the same as you, what separates you from them? What separates Google from Xbox? If you can both play Assassin's Creed streaming on a super low-cost device, whether it's a stick that you plug into your console or just streaming it. Well, what's going to separate them is exclusive content, and Microsoft knows this. Microsoft went out and they know what their weaknesses were as their first-party stable, And this past E3, they went out and they bought 4 studios, and they built another one. And there's rumors that at XO18 next month, they're going to announce more studio acquisitions. So when an era of game streaming comes around, and you have one competitor who doesn't have any exclusive content, well then you need to differentiate yourself. Sorry if I screwed up that word. It's hard to talk sometimes. And Microsoft is doing just that. You know, Playground Games is working on Fable. Who knows what the initiative was working on. They understand that content is king. You know, maybe in the years prior they didn't, or, you know, didn't have the means to do it, but now they are. So they're hoping that with their offerings of Xbox Game Pass, their new studios and what they're working on, maybe the low way of accessing Project xCloud from any device that you own, combined with the traditional console, that this will bring Microsoft and Xbox gaming back into the spotlight, where it's kind of played second fiddle, or realistically third fiddle, this generation. Will it work out for them? I mean, for their sake, I hope so. I hope people really are interested in what Xbox has to offer, and that people really do want to stream, and that they figure out that solution, that the latency is non-existent, and the data cap stuff isn't too severe, because we should want every company to succeed. We don't want anybody to fail. You know, whether this is going to succeed or fail, we'll talk about in a different video, but for now, you know, like reading over all this information, Microsoft is clearly 100% behind this. They're using the strengths of Microsoft themselves, you know, the Azure servers and things like that, to take Xbox to potentially more gamers across the world than ever. You know, I think game streaming has its place, and if Microsoft does it right, they'll be rewarded, and they seem to have the content to differentiate themselves from Google. We'll see what Sony does, but you know, this is what Microsoft sees as the future going forward. There'll still be a console. This is just kind of an ancillary, God, I can't even speak, an extra device for people to game on who don't want to get a console. So it's all pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited for Project xCloud and what it can deliver? If not, let me know, and I'll make sure to read all the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You know, sub to the channel if you're new, hit the notification bell if you always want to be notified of all my content, and share this out on Twitter so more people can check it out. Thank you guys for watching, greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.